Awesome, awesome. So yeah, Ray, thanks so much for coming on here to talk with me. I've been following you for quite some time. I know a lot about you and your business. But for those who may not know, let's just get started by, explaining who you are and what you do.
Absolutely. So my name is Ray. I flip land nationwide. I moved to the country about 13 years ago. Um, I was homeless one point, and now just flipping land. Basically, it's been a long journey, but I'm willing to share everything.
That's awesome. Yeah, you have an incredible story. I mean, from being homeless to where you are now, that's a huge difference in your lifestyle. Let's start off with how were you able to manage to get past I'm sure being homeless, you had a lot of limited beliefs, and doubts. How were you able to strive past that to get where you are now?
People change because of two reasons. One is inspiration, and the other is desperation. So for me, it was desperation, and I had to, can only eat one meal a day. At one point, I was like, that's enough, and I'm gonna have to do something. So at that point, I guess you have nothing to fear when you have nothing to lose. So I had to just grab free stuff online on the curbside, live in my car, and just sell whatever I got for free. I got a couple thousand that way, and then I started to flip cars. That's what I did.
Wow, so you went from flipping cars to flipping land. Pretty cool, man. So how did that happen? Like what got you into land? Was it a video that you saw? Was it someone you talked to?
Yeah, I was in Hawaii flipping cars, and I was making a very good living. I made more money than most of the dealers. But Hawaii has a big time difference than the mainland, about 5 hours compared to Florida. I was like, is there anything else I can do? Because I wake up pretty early. So I wake up 4 or 5. It's already 10 in Florida time, about 7 or 8 in California time. So I start to look for a lot of different stuff, and finally I find out about land. Actually, before land, I try to do a lot of different things like house, apartments. I've been, trying to do all this, spend all my money earned from the car dealership to this education, and never worked out for me for 6 years. And
Mhm.
finally, I started to land.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I love land. Land is beautiful. Um, so when it comes down to, you said you were nationwide. Did you start off nationwide or did you start in one area?
I started in Colorado. My first land, I bought it for 1,000, sold it for 2,400. Um, I need to do nothing. I was like, this is pretty cool. Better than cars because I have to drive back and forth, it's kind of pain. But for land, I don't need to be there. I don't have to see it. There's nothing on there anyways. I just buy and sell that way. My first year, I sold more than 200 lots.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
incredible. What does your
yeah,
business
it
look
was
like
easy.
now?
Right now, I do less deals, but a lot more margins.
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't want to chase the small deal anymore. Even though the small deal can give you a huge percentage of return, like 400, 500%. But the margin is not that great. So now, recently, I started selling a whole bunch. I bought last year. I try to get rid of them and try to, maybe start buying again.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. So you're nationwide. Are you doing like nationwide like advertising, like PPL? Are you sending mail? Are you just having cold calls?
Yeah, I just pick a market pretty randomly. Um, we can talk about that later, how to choose a market. But and then I just send a mailer to that specific market, and then to a percentage. Let's say the land worth about 20,000. My offer would be somewhere around 13, 12,000.
Okay.
And when they call me, express interest to sell, I will negotiate on top of that again. So normally I get the land really, really cheap. I just closed the deal for 70, I think 70,000. I bought it for about 18,000.
Oh wow, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
do you send out the blind offers? Like, is that what you do?
Yeah, because in so many markets, I don't have time to, take all the calls. I
Yeah,
just have to, when people call me, they either curse me, because my low offer, or they're interested in selling,
yeah,
yeah. That's I think is a big time saver.
yeah. I'm sure when you first started doing this, you probably didn't have to send as many land offer letters as you do now, right? Like, is the competition getting a little thicker?
Yeah, it's definitely get more competitive. I remember I just talked to a friend when he started in 2018. He started in 2017. He sent out 2,000 mailers. He got 20 deals.
Wow.
So right now you're lucky to get one deal for that amount,
Yeah,
right? So, but it's compared to houses, it's still very, very good. Because
yeah,
for house, you need to send maybe 5,000 letters to get even one call.
yeah. That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
very true. Um, so what are you looking for as far as a market? You know, you mentioned that a second ago. What when you're looking for your market, what do you look for?
Um, I'm pretty, uh, I'm a pretty curious person, so I really like to explore the new areas.
Hmm.
As long as that area is not too far from the major city, I will mail that county. For example, I talked to a friend of mine in Pennsylvania. He told me, Ray, I live in Pennsylvania. I was like, Pennsylvania, maybe it could be a good market. I don't know. So I just mail a whole bunch there.
That's cool.
I just sold two there last week. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, yeah. So my criteria mainly focus on the major growing city. For example, if you talk about Texas, Dallas, Houston, but I don't go there. I go to the nearby counties.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, yeah. That's how I find them.
That's really good. That's really smart. You're a very smart guy. I know that just from watching your interviews, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so are you looking for certain types of like population at all?
I don't look at anything else.
Okay.
As long as it's close by the major growing city, I'm good.
Awesome.
So, I hear people talk about, when I find a market, I need to see what is the sold compared to a for sale ratio. Honestly, I don't care because people cannot sell their land because of one reason. They didn't price it low enough. If you see this car worth 5,000, you want to sell it for 500, it doesn't matter the condition. Someone will buy it,
Yeah,
right? So that's the same mindset. When you do land, it doesn't matter if there's ever a soul there as long as it's cheap, right? But how do you make money? You make money by you sell it cheap, but you get it super, super cheap. That's
yeah,
how you make money. So I think negotiation plays a very big part of it. That's why we prepare the stage for negotiation. We don't we don't really try to convince people to
yeah,
negotiate. We find the right person. So how do you find the right person? You just find by sending offers. Whoever call you back, that's the right guy because they already accept your low offer. They will go even down, even
yeah.
more.
Makes total sense. Are you are you assigning these, like assigning the contract, or are you buying them and reselling them?
I mostly buy them. I rarely resign them because for resigning, some people have to find the cash buyers. I don't have time for that. And cash buyers are very smart too. They're not going to pay market price. So one way to go around it is you would just post your contract on the MLS, which some states are not allowed, but some
Yeah,
states can. Yeah. You still run a risk. The seller might find out you're trying to sell their property, and they will, you know, probably back up with your offer,
yeah,
after that.
yeah. It makes total sense. How big is your team, man? Like, are you doing all of this on your own?
Yeah, you are looking at my team right now, just me.
Awesome. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, I don't have a big team because maybe I should, but I just don't feel like it's needed.
Yeah.
If you find a market that takes about 30 minutes, the second step is make offers. I can do that in 10 minutes. And negotiation, talk to people on the phone, that's majority of the time. You buy or sell it, you sell it by on the MLS. You don't even need a realtor, just take some calls. I don't see other people can step in and do that for me.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So being that you're doing it all alone, I assume most people who's just getting started is thinking, man, I bet he spends a lot of time in his business, you know? How much time a day
Mm.
are you usually working?
About 2 to 3 hours a day on land business. Um, but a lot of people when they start business, they try to get fancy. I need a name card or I need a CRM, right? I need to find someone to call number for me, or I need to create a company now. No, you don't need none of that. My mentor told me revenue in the first position. So whatever else you do, it doesn't matter, right? Don't stop preparing, start earning right now. So that's give me a big impact. So whenever I start a couple business. I never lose money on any of them because I only believe I don't want to put any money out of my pockets. And if I do this, can I get money first? If not, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, I understand. So going back to the market, right? So let's say you zoom in on somewhere in Pennsylvania. Are you mailing that whole city, or are you looking for pockets where, the land is selling?
Yeah, I mailed the whole county, by the way. Not city, the whole county.
Okay.
But I eliminate some filters. So first of all, I don't want to mail anybody who put their land on the market already. Or I don't want to mail to anybody who you know, don't want to sell. On the list service we use, you can eliminate them. So people, I think they register with the county. They don't want to be mailed.
Hmm.
Those people, I don't mail them. Recently, I stopped doing a lot of HOA. If the land is in the HOA area, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna mail them. Um, Yeah, that's about it. Try to eliminate all the duplicate owners. If the land owner own 10 parcels, I only mail them one letter. So that's about it. But everybody get my letter. I see some people do like, I have some people reach out. They say, Ray, I have been trying land. I've been doing land for years. I work very good. I recently stopped working. I said, what do you do now? He said he go to, try to find 5 to 10 different markets and only mail the hottest area inside that big county. For example, if maybe there are 100 subdivisions in one county, and he only mail small numbers of subdivisions that have a sales the most. I told them that's a big mistake because a lot of time the good deals are from the areas that people pay the least attention to.
Yeah.
So you gotta mail everybody.
Okay. That's a
Yeah.
good gem right there. That's important, you know. Um, so when it comes down to like houses, you said you did houses before. Do you plan to just stick with land? Is that your thing?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not that smart to figure house out. I just do land. There's nothing on top of it. My brain is very simple.
Yeah,
House is too complicated for me. I tried houses, it didn't work out. I think out of all the time I've been trying with houses, I only closed out one. That was like 3,800 profit.
yeah,
But that's about it. So for land, I can get it super easy. At least at the beginning for investors, it will be a little bit hard because you don't believe you can get it. But after that, for me to get the land is super easy, and most of the time I get the land next to nothing. I have people give me their land. I had the guy gave me 37 parcels
wow,
recently, yeah, in Texas, and he just don't want it, right? So people don't have emotion with land. I think that's what I'm sticking to.
that's good. I love it, man. You don't have to go and have fleas all over you, or, and smell all the different smells of a house. That's what has, had me interested in land to begin with. I'm mostly a house guy, but I have done some land. But I really love the idea of land and just being able to do what you're doing and have a lifestyle where you can do deals anywhere that you want. You can just pick a new area today if you want and send out mailers. That's awesome to me. And it's awesome that you've had so much success with it. Are you seeing a certain type of land on average that you are selling? Like, are you selling to builders? Are you sell like, what type of land do you usually deal with?
I only buy and sell infill lots.
Okay.
So, if you, people are not familiar with that term, is infill lots is inside the city. You drive around and see a lot of houses. In the middle of it, there's a land that's infill lots. So if you drive around, all you see is land. That's not my target. That's called rural land.
Okay.
I like infill lots for a couple of reasons because they sell faster and you can do comparables very fast. For rural land, there's not a lot of sold.
Yeah.
There's a lot of need for infill lots. People need to build a house, so
Yeah.
you can buy it super cheap and sell it very fast as well.
Sure. So when you're looking at the new markets that you're jumping into, do you look at like new construction and like what's going on with new construction in the area?
I do not. I only see if there is um, some sold in the county, I would just go there, right? Um, I don't look at anything else. If there is, let's say, 30, 40 sold in the last 3 months for the land inside that county, I'll mail them.
Awesome. Okay. That's a
Yeah.
good tip. So what do you use for your mailing service?
I use Rocket Mail.
Okay.
Um, they do a very good job. For list polling, I use Data Tree. If anybody need a discount on that, we have 90% or 80% off discount. Just let me know. So we download the list from Data Tree, and then I do some filtering on the list. I just mail it out.
Awesome. So when it comes down to the vacant land list, you're not looking for like tax liens or probates like you would a house, right? You're just looking like vacant land, add in your little filters, and that's it.
Yeah, I did probate and did pretty well. But I basically just used the whole county. I don't go to find the specialist, like tax delinquent,
Yeah.
I just mail everybody. And surprisingly, a lot of people want to sell not because they don't pay taxes. It's just because some other personal reasons.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
With houses, sometimes depending on the market, you can assign or buy and sell a house pretty fast. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, what is the typical lifespan of a land deal?
Um, when I put land on the contract, it takes about 2 weeks to close to my name, and I list it for sale. In a couple of weeks, I can get it sold because I list it very cheap.
Sure.
There's people saying land is easy to buy, hard to sell. People all say that. I think they just don't know what they're doing, or they negotiation sucks, right? So they just want to buy something really cheap, and if they list it very cheap, you can sell it in no time. In no time. There's a lot of cases. I post a land in the morning, I got a couple offers at night already. So.
Nice. That's awesome. So let's say an acre is worth, let's say 50 grand. What would you put it out on the market? What would you price it if retail was 50 grand?
So I look at a couple, two factors. First of all, what is the for sale nearby for 1 acre? So if everybody is selling for 45, I know I have to list that one for cheaper.
Yeah.
And then I look at the sold. Sold is much more convincing, is more important. So I see, let's say I see there's some land sold for 43 and everybody is trying to sell it for 45, I'll just list it for 43, right? And if there's anything sold in the future, it will be me for sure.
Awesome. Awesome. That's a good tip. Man, you're full of these tips, man. You really do give it all away. That's one thing I will say. You do not hold back on these interviews and when you're given the value. When it comes to land, you're top three to me. You, Brent Bowers, and Joe McCall. You guys are the guys. Uh,
Yeah, okay. We just had a live event. I just talked to a student of ours. She closed a lot of deals already, and she
that's
went to
awesome.
that event. Yeah.
Yeah, because it works, right? If you do the work, it works. So that's awesome. So you are offering coaching, right? Like people can come to you and get help.
Yeah, I don't have a program. Right now, I do less coaching um, because I just, feel like I don't have that much energy.
Yeah,
Um, but I'm willing to help people. So if people enroll in the program, if they have a question, they can always go to me. I don't have like a coach under me, so you have to ask him or something,
yeah,
schedule a meeting or whatever. I normally text people back already.
that's good, man. That's awesome. So if somebody that's watching has a question about land or just wants to talk with you, what's the best way to reach out to you?
They can always message me on Instagram. My Instagram is virtual flip land, one word, virtual flip land.
Awesome. I'll put that in the description. And if you want to shoot me over the affiliate link to the like the data tree or whatever you have, I can put that in the description too for people to click. Um,
Yeah.
well, man, we're running out of time here. I do appreciate you coming on here and talking with me. If you could leave people with one last thing, it could be land related, business related, life related, what would you leave them with?
Um, One thing I think, um, because my dad is here and I just see what make people successful and what make people mediocre. I think the successful people they they know they just value the thing they're going to do and see what is the benefit and what is the risk. If the benefit outweigh the risk, they will do it, and that they don't want to have all the information first, or they don't have time, right? Or they don't have the patience, and there's no perfect information anyway. So what I mean is, there's a lot of people don't make it in this business not because they don't have the information. Everybody have the same information. A lot of people attend our event. Why some people succeeded? Why some people still didn't have a deal? Because the people who have a lot of deals, they don't wait for the perfect moment to act. They just do it anyways, right? It will be the same for any business you want to do. Just do it, and you will find out the solution down the road. And don't assume a question before you have it.
That's deep. I love it. I love it. That was great, man. Thanks for coming on here. Thanks for providing value to everybody watching and myself. I always learn from you every time that I watch you. It's amazing how you've never met me, we've never talked, but you've had impact in my life, you know. So keep doing
Thank you,
what you're
Charles.
doing, Ray. Keep doing it, keep crushing it, and I'm gonna keep watching and hopefully we can have you come back on here from time to time.
For sure. Thank you so much, Charles.
Thank you.